Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today, we're talking about my Super Nintendo collection, and this is in good shape. Now, I didn't have a Super Nintendo growing up. I got this thing when I was in my 30s. So I got this from eBay, and I got some more controls to go with it. I think one more control came with it. This one came with it. Let's see. I don't want to unwind this whole thing. Yeah, this is the original Super Nintendo remote control. And then I got a bootleg version of it that looks completely different because I don't see Super Nintendo or nothing on it. But they work. It worked just as good as the original one. You can just tell which one is the real one and which one ain't. And then I got some instructions. I got the book that came with it because when I have a collection, I like to have everything that goes with it. So I made sure I looked for the instruction book for it. So if anything went wrong, I would be able to know what to fix. And sometimes I know this number is out of order by now, but if it's still working and your system ain't working, you can call the company and sometimes they will give you a free system or something. But I don't know if this number works though. He'll be showing some good pictures. Then it show you how to hook up your machine. Now I got some instruction books to to show you guys. And I got the games already, so what I'll do is when I get to the games, I'll show the book with the game I have. Now these games are not in any order, so the book might pop up with these games, or it might not for a while. But we'll just go in the order I got them in and show you all my video games. Let's show you this one first. The Super Game Boy. Now, I never had a Game Boy growing up either. I got my Game Boy as a 30 something year old man. But I saw all these Game Boy games that they had on eBay and retro video game stores for real cheap. So I played the Game Boy when I was little, when I was in my teens, and I played the Super Nintendo when I was in my teens. I never had one. I went to other people's houses to play their stuff. So when I saw this little gadget, I said, now I can play Game Boy games also. So now I can hook this into my Super Nintendo. Let's see if I can show you a little bit. You go like this, and there you go. You got a Super Game Boy in here. And it's nice too because you can play your Game Boys in a bigger way of doing it. And I like things that's compatible with other things so you can save money. That's why that Nintendo Switch 2 they're talking there that's crazy with the crazy price. That system can play everything. It could play your Nintendo all your Nintendo DS games and your Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. But I'm not getting that till 5 years go by when it goes so dirt cheap and they're talking about part three. And let's talk about the real games now. I put the cover back so I don't break it. Okay, our first game is Miss Pac-Man. Now, this is a fun game, and this is a little different than the Sega Genesis one was, as you saw in my Sega video. This is a little more popping. The color more brighter and everything. And as you can see, I got this from a retro video game store for like $7. I don't pay a lot for my video games, but it's gonna be fun. Okay, let's do. Okay, our next one is Super Mario Bros. All Star. Now, this is all the Mario Bros. Games in one. One, two, and three in Super Nintendo Super War. Now, I had one, two, and three on my Nintendo system, and I had Super Mario Bros. Super War on the game by itself. But I played this game at some friend's house, and it was real fun. So I had to have my copy too. And I think I got a booklet for this. Got paid the booklet. I didn't think we'll go for that game real soon. So we got a complete game. Let's and talking. And here's some pictures of Marlboro 2. This is nice. I don't know if these are all. I think these are the game things for Marlboro. Yeah, my dog barks for everything, as you can see. And here's some more pictures. That's not really a real picture of all the games, I don't think. But they show Mario Brother picture. He's the star of the show. So this is fun. Got a complete collection in a sense. I don't worry about boxes because I don't think Super Nintendo had any kind of holders for their game. I know Nintendo had their sleeves. Sega Genesis didn't have any sleeves. So I know a lot of games didn't really have boxes. I don't think Super Nintendo had the box that you could stick your game in. Our next one, let's go with this one too, it's on top. Super Mario Bros. War. Yeah, and this is a fun game too. This is, in a sense, Super Mario Bros. 4. Now, there's no pictures to this because I don't got a booklet for this. No. Yeah, if you guys had a Super Nintendo growing up or played any of the games that I'll be showing you, leave it in the comments. It'd be nice to me when else had the same collection I had. Let's look at this one. This is War Heroes 2. This is a fighting game. Now, in my collection, I got a lot of fighting games and beat 'em up games. And this is from 1991. Now, I'm gonna go backwards to show them years also. So this game like 34 years old, and I like 2D games. They're easier on the eyes. 'Cause I never grew up with the 3D games, except for a little bit of 3D game that Atari 26 had, or a little bit that Nintendo had, or the Sega Master System. But they was kind of new for the time, but they weren't as new as they are nowadays. So I didn't really play many 3D games. If you like fighting games, this is one. This was at the arcade at one time. Yeah. And these games hadn't seen the light since I bought them. So they'd be a lot dusty. Let's go backwards. Okay, this one came out in 1991. This one came out in 1991. Or let's see. The booklet would tell me too. You know how a game could have a year, but not the real year. Okay, this came out in 1993. So 2 years after the first Super Nintendo game out, this came out. So I'm guessing. Oh, I see. Okay, this one came out in 1993 also. The fight game I'm talking about. So I got two 93 games, one 1991 game, and this one came out. Doesn't say. Now I don't know if it came out because it looks like. Okay, this came out in 1992. This is a 1992 game. Oh, now I've seen the pins. It looks like you could put the games together, but I think they just made that just to drive people crazy. Our next one, The Art of Fighting, right? Yep, Art of Fighting. And this came out in 1992. Another fighting game. And I think this was at the arcade also. I used to go to the arcade a lot to play a lot of fighting games and beat 'em up games. Chuck E. Cheese had a handful of arcade games back in the 90s. And I got this from my video game store also. Now, if it had the name on it, I would give them a shout out, but it don't got no name on it, so I can't give them a shout out. Let's try this one. This is called Street Combat from 1992. Now, this isn't a hard fighting game. This is not a fun fighting game. It's too hard to play. But I didn't know it until I got it home. And you can see I only paid $7.99 for this game. Also, all the games with a little sticker on it, they're all $7.99. So if you played this game before and you were able to beat it, leave it in the comments. This was not a fun game, and I can't remember much about it because I hadn't played it in a long time. Here's Warrior Wood. This is like Tetris, I think. We had to match up the colors and in Dr. Mario kind of type game. That's why I don't remember much about the game, but this came out in 1992 also. There are a lot of 1992 games I got. Okay, we got Power Rangers. Now this is a beat 'em up game. You play as the Power Rangers, and that's a Ninja Turtle game. You go through the round, beat the henchmen up, then beat the big boss, and then you go to the next round. This came out in 1992 also. In a sense, this came out before the TV show came out. And I thought the TV show came out in 1993. So I don't know if that's a real year or not. But they only got 2 years, 1991, and the model came out in 1992, made in Japan. So I'm thinking this came out in Japan in 1992. To us, we don't know. They don't tell me no other years. But if you know when this game came out, leave it in the comments. I'm just reading the back of the game. This is called Maximum Hunters. This is the Super Nintendo version of the other game I had for Sega Genesis. It'd all be nice to have both games, and they're kind of the same games. They might give you a little more stuff to each game, but most the same game. And this came out in 1992 also. Yeah, it's the 19. Yeah, that could be an older game, but I'm just reading what's on the back of the cover. Now, our next one. This is Power Ranger, the fighting game. And this came out in 19. Boy, I can't read the small print. But this came out in the 90s also. This is the fighting game of the Power Rangers. And I think I had the Sega Genesis version of this game also, another fighting game. Now all these games are used. I didn't have a system, so I had to buy all the games used off of eBay and video game stores. This is called let's see, Night of the Round. This is a beat 'em up game, it's like a King Arthur kind of beat 'em up game. Look at that cover. And I think this is a bootleg version. Because I got a lot of bootleg games, but I don't like I said, I don't care how long it plays. Yeah, this is a bootleg copy. And it was cheap, that's why I bought it. We got Sailor Moon. This is a bootleg game also. I got a lot of bootleg games in my collection. Because they're cheaper. And this game only came out in Japan. So the only way you can buy it is from a Japan company. So this game is all in Japanese for the most part. But it's a beat 'em up game. You can pick any Sailor Moon character you want. You go through each round and just fight the bad guys until you get to the big boss, and you keep doing that. Here's a second Sailor Moon game. I bought all three of them. Sailor Moon R. Now, one of these games is a fighting game, and two of them are beat 'em up game. I don't know which one's the fighting game, but if you could let me know in the comments, then I got all the Sailor Moon game. And that's a bootleg too, and this is a bootleg also. This is Sailor Moon S. I have no clue which one is the fighting game. Then we got Batman and Robin. I think this is not a bootleg game. It's hard to tell what's bootleg and what's not. We do got the book for it, so we can show you pictures. This is a beat 'em up game. This is a real fun beat 'em up game. And the pictures. Hey, here's some picture right off the bat. If I had much pictures, I'll be able to show you. Oh, there's some more pictures. Yeah, here's some more pictures. Yeah, so a beat 'em up game with Batman in it. Now here's another beat 'em up game, Brawl Brothers. If you had heard of any of these games, you can leave them in the comments. Cause I don't know if I'm the only one that some of the game I just saw they looked interested and bought them. This is Mega Man and Bass. This is a bootleg game. You can see I got nothing on the back of it. This is just a Mega Man game. I forget what it looked like, but I think it's just a regular Mega Man game style game. You call this it's not beat 'em up, but it's like a Mario Bird type. You just beat all the little bad guys up. This is Darius. Yeah, Darius Twins. I don't know if this is real or fake, but it's a shoot 'em up game. You're a spaceship that's shooting up other spaceships. And this is the same game. I think Gradius, a shoot 'em up game. Kind of funny that some of these covers looks kind of different each time because here's this cover, but this is the way this game was made, and you got this one. Kind of funny that they keep making them different looking. Don't matter to me. Just I just noticed it just now. Here is Doomsday Warrior. I think this is a beat 'em up game also. You can see I only paid. I think a lot of money for this. $12.99 I paid for this. It looks like a Double Dragon ripoff. Our next one, Justice League Task Force, a DC superhero fighting game. Now this was real tough. This game is super hard. I can't get past the first level. Then we got Superman Doomsday, or the Death and Return of Superman. This is a beat 'em up game with Superman in it. And our next one is Sonic Blastman, another beat 'em up. We got a handful more games. The Peacekeeper, another beat 'em up game. This is a bootleg copy because I couldn't afford the original game. So I got my own copy in a sense. Like I said, I'm not gonna ever get rid of these games, so I don't care what they are. Then the Turtle 4, Turtle in Time. This is a bootleg copy because I couldn't afford the real copy. This copy only cost me $6. The real copy they wanted $50 at the time. And I couldn't see myself paying $50 for at that time. I think it was see 1992, like a 20-something-year-old game. X-Men, Mutant, whatever. Yeah, another beat 'em up game with X-Men in it. This is a boot. Is this a bootleg copy or a real copy? Kind of tough because I'm getting confused. So this might be a real copy or a bootleg copy. Herbie Avalanche. This is like a Dr. Mario kind of game that you match all the bubbles and colors and that kind of thing. Now this might be a real game because look at the covers. We got 4 games to talk about. This is Rival Turf, another beat 'em up game. Look at that cover. They took two boys and they stuck them on the front of the cover. We got Ninja Turtle Tournament Fight. Tournament Fighter. Now I played the Sega Genesis one more than the Super Nintendo one. Then I saw it for Super Nintendo and I had to get a Super Nintendo. Now I don't think I had it for Sega Genesis in my Genesis collection. I do like this. This is Separation Anxiety. This is the part two to Maximum College. And this is a beat 'em up game. And this is Final Fight, another beat 'em up game. So that's all my Super Nintendo games. And I got this this booklet, but I haven't got the game for it. But we can look at it. Because the only way we're not gonna see nothing. I don't got the game to show you anything about it, but here's some pictures. This is Mortal Kombat 2. And I think I must have bought the booklet first and thought I'll buy the game second. And never got the game. It's some more pictures. So that's everything of my Super Nintendo collection. Let's do this. Oops. So please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.